Good morning. Yesterday we did again a variety of concepts. Starting from what yesterday, कल क्या क्या किया हमने एक बार recap कर लेते हैं. Yes, I'm sure you might have written down in your notes. I'll just even write it for my reference as well. सबसे पहला concept कौन सा किया था कल हमने? Yes, so we had talked about who is a subsidiary, who is an associate, and then we had talked about the concept of standalone financial statements and what consolidated financial statements. Then I guess we directly talked about the shareholding pattern. Oh yes, we had also talked about joint ventures. Anything else that we had talked about yesterday? Regulator, correct. We had talked about the concept of a regulator. Do you remember the regulators? Stock market का regulator कौन है? SEBI. Insurance? IRDA. Then if I talk about banks, RBI. Okay. We had talked about variety of regulators, and towards the end, the important discussion that we did yesterday was shareholding pattern, wherein we talked about a variety of concepts like mutual fund. Is mutual fund just a type of investment, or mutual fund in itself is like an institution? In itself is like an institution wherein I can park my funds, wherein I can invest money, and then they invest it simultaneously in the mutual funds or any other avenues. Okay. In shareholding pattern, we talked about two types of businesses, or two categories of businesses, I may say. One is a family owned business and one is a professionally run business. In family run business, we talked about the example of, I guess, Reliance Industries. Yes. This may we have taken example of Raja ka beta Raja. So when the business was started by Dhirubhai Ambani, the new generation which came into picture again, without even asking either Dhirubhai Ambani or whether Mukesh Ambani or whether Anil Ambani, ya fir split, whatever is the scenario. But finally, the reign had to be in the hands of Ambanis. Correct. But if I'm talking about case number 2, which is a professionally run business, iska example kaun sa diya tha? Larsen and Toubro. There is no family business for that. Only professionals are going to come together to run the business. Correct? Any other concept that we did yesterday? एक बार चेक कर लेना कोई और कंसेप्ट क्या है तो. All right, so I'm showing you a very important website. Name of the website is moneycontrol.com. For those who don't know about this website, it's a must noting in your notes. Moneycontrol.com is not any government owned website or no connection with SEBI as such. It's like a privately owned website only, but it will give you all the authentic updates about stock market. Okay, so just as an example, if you remember, we had talked about shareholding pattern of L&T yesterday. Okay, so I'll show you how to use this website. Here, immediately on the home page only, you can see search quotes, news, mutual fund, NAVs, whatever. You can see this, correct? So what do I type here? Larsen. See, the moment I'm typing Larsen, I get two options, either Larsen and Toubro or Larsen and Toubro Infotech. Which one are we looking for? Larsen and Toubro. So pressing enter. Now here you can immediately see that what is the current market price of Larsen and Toubro. You can see here 1461.50 on Bombay Stock Exchange and 1461.20 on National Stock Exchange. Okay, you will see a variety of information here, but what we are interested in right now, I'll tell you. Can you see here shareholding? Is it visible from the back? Yes. So how did I reach here? I just typed money control on, I just typed Larsen on the home screen. Ye screen appear ho gaya. I'm just scrolling down, and right now I'm clicking on shareholding. Okay, once I click on shareholding, see the same picture that we discussed yesterday appeared here. Indian, what is the category? You remember this is the shareholding pattern of the promoter and promoter group. You can see here Indian mein kitna hai, foreign mein kitna hai. Remember yesterday everything was zero for money control promoter holding. Yes, and then we had gone to non-institutions. Individuals का एक major stake था. Yesterday we had discussed also about, yes, this one. Public shareholding में किसका कितना है, mutual funds का कितना है, financial institutions का, banks का कितना है, insurance companies का कितना है. We had discussed this yesterday, na? So same information we can see or we can check on which website? moneycontrol.com, but I feel there is one more very, very, very important value addition which comes up here, which was I guess not visible on the annual report yesterday, and which is a must before you check whether to buy or whether to stay away from such a company. Here you can see shares pledged or otherwise encumbered. Anyone knows what is this? Shares pledged or otherwise encumbered? गिरवी रखना. अब कौन shares गिरवी रख रहा है is a very important one. So basically you are taking a loan against shares. Okay. Do you think that this is a very cool site where the promoter himself is pledging the shares and taking loan? Do you think this is a good sign or a bad sign? Bad sign. कंपनी को अगर लोन चाहिए तो लोन इजीली मिलना चाहिए कंपनी को. If banks are not ready to give a loan, then the last resort could be the owner pledging the shares and getting in loan. So it means that the financial position of the company is somewhere questioned. Number one. Number two क्या होता है बताती हूँ. मैं खुद ओनर हूँ. Will I strive very hard when my own funds are locked in or when someone else's funds are locked in? When my own funds are locked in, I'll strive very hard. क्योंकि फाइनली प्रॉफिट हुआ तो मेरा होना है, नुकसान हुआ तो भी मेरा ही होना है. करेक्ट. What could happen is that in this case, मैंने मेरा खुद का पैसा, मेरा खुद का शेयर्स जो है वो भी क्या करके दिया है, प्लेज करके रखा है. सो 1% मेरी कंपनी डूब जाती है तो क्या हो जाएगा? अच्छा, व्हाट विल हैपन अगर मेरी कंपनी डूब गई तो क्या हो जाएगा बोलो? These shares are pledged with whom? बैंक. सो बैंक क्या करेगा अभी? बैंक को शेयर्स सेल कर देगा एंड खुद का पैसा रिपे करके लेगा. ओके. सो this is not a very pleasant sight to watch where the promoter's shares itself are sold off and bank is recovering its loan. So this is a basic thumb rule which very few people check. Whenever you are buying shares of any company, you have to check this. How many shares are pledged and very important is by whom. Promoter ने खुद के shares pledge पे रखा है, then ideally you should be staying away from such a company. Okay. Yesterday I had given you some homework about shareholding pattern. So we can just check 3 or 4 companies and check the shareholding pattern. Anyone has done it? 1, 2, 3. आपने भी किया? क्या बात है? 4. Nice. If I can know just 1 or 2 names of the companies. Yes Bank, HDFC, AMC. Okay, so we'll go one by one. Now if you see here Yes Bank. So how do I go here now? You only tell me so that fit बैठ जाएगा दिमाग में. Yes Bank I typed. Then we are on this page. Now where do I type from this entire thing? Shareholding. So when I go to shareholding, now this page opens up and you can see that promoter है, promoter group. जो main promoters है, I guess Rana Kapoor and someone else is the promoter. So out of the shareholding of promoter and promoter group of the individuals, how much shareholding is marked as a lien? 6% of the shares. And ये कितने shares है देखो, it's like 1,66,75,000 shares, which are kept as a pledge, which are kept as lien. Not a good sign. So as I said, अगर ऐसा scenario है तो it is always better that दो हाथ कंपनी से दूर रहो. Okay, this is where the financial position of the company is at not in entirety, but it's like one minus point for the company. If you remember yesterday also I told you that I can't tell you a single parameter. एक parameter देख लो, buy हो गया तो buy कर लो. No, we can't do that. But can I say this is like a minus point for the company? For sure. Okay. Any other example? You talked about what? HDFC, is it? HDFC Bank or Limited? Acha, HDFC AMC. The share rose quite a bit in the, see yesterday also it has risen almost by 55 rupees, almost 3.3% बढ़ाई है HDFC AMC. चलो मैं जनरली ऐसे टिप्स तो नहीं बताती हूँ किसी भी इसमें, because I believe, मैंने कल भी बोला था ना आपको कि there are many students who would like to ask me certain questions. I entertain all the questions, but if the question is like tip बताओ ना, that is not doable. So I'll tell you my thought process for HDFC AMC. Again, Fundamental analysis, reading balance sheet, reading P&L is one part of the story. The other part of the story, which is very important, is common sense. And unfortunately, that is uncommon. So it has to be a common sense. Now let us understand why HDFC AMC should ideally be a multi-bagger in coming years. You understand multi-bagger? Multi-bagger मतलब बहुत multiple returns देना चाहिए. Ideally, again. This is a big risk if I'm taking and saying any specific share in front of the camera, but I feel that in the longer horizon, 5 years, 6 years, they should be doing really well. In fact, ये company जब IPO लेके आई थी, it got oversubscribed and I did not receive even one single share. Many people were such who did not get even one share of the company. But I decided that I want this share. So the day it got listed, I bought shares of this company, same day of listing. Okay, now what is the thought process? See, मैंने बोला ऐसे हर एक बार उतना डेप्थ में फाइनेंशियल्स जा जाके चेक करना हर एक बार पॉसिबल भी नहीं होगा. बट कॉमन सेंस क्या बोलता है? लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड. इन इंडिया राइट नाउ, check out your colleagues, your office colleagues. How many of them really invest directly in share market? Very less. Comparatively, as compared to share markets, how many of your colleagues invest in mutual funds? Definitely more. As a percentage, definitely more people invest in mutual funds as compared to shares. Now, why I'm talking about all these things? What does HDFC Asset Management Company do? Let us understand. कल आपका एक mutual fund का एक सवाल था ना कि exactly होता क्या है? So I'll tell you quickly the working of mutual fund also, so that you'll get an idea about what HDFC AMC does. So if you remember, like yesterday we had said that mutual fund is registered like a trust. What exactly is a mutual fund? How does it work? Mutual fund is registered like a trust. अब ये trust क्यों चाहिए? Let us understand. Before taking this scenario, let us say I'm talking about one single individual. That's me. And मैं बोलती हूँ कि मेरे पास ना knowledge है, expertise है, सब कुछ है. आप सब मेरे पास आओ. Everyone has to give me 10,000 rupees. I'll manage your funds. Don't worry. Faith है मुझ में. कल लाएंगे 10,000 सब. Example चल रहा है. Okay. Now you still might have some faith in me. You still might give me money. A person walking on the road might not even know me, and why would he invest 10,000 with me? Why would he even give me 10,000? उसके मन में क्या डाउट आएगा? रचना 10,000 रुपए लेके भाग गई तो? Is there any person who regulates me? Is there anyone who is keeping an eye on me, keeping a watch on me? तो होगा ही नहीं ना कोई भी. So now what I'm thinking is that, अच्छा मेरे ऊपर भरोसा नहीं है, एक काम करते हैं, एक ट्रस्टी क्रिएट कर लेते हैं. Trust is an institution, it's an organization. And for a trust, you have trustees. I'm sure you have heard about these names at least. Trustees होते हैं. So it's not one individual now. It'll be multiple individuals who are now responsible. Okay. And this trust is nothing but a mutual fund where variety of trustees are there. अब जो normal commoner है, commoner इसमें क्या करता है बोलो? इसमें पैसा लगाता है. They'll give whatever 10,000, 20,000, whatever is money available with them. But now these trustees don't have knowledge about the market. Neither they have a time to decide which share to buy, which share to sell. ना time है ना expertise है, दोनों भी बात है. So what mutual fund does is that they appoint another company. जानते सुनो, they appoint another company and company को बोलते हैं तुम एक काम करो, हमारे पास जितना भी पैसा जमा होता है, whatever funds we have, you take decisions about these funds, कि where these funds are to be invested, in how much percentage these are to be invested, when to invest, when to liquidate these investment. All entire call will be yours. Which company is this? This is an asset management company. See, the name itself tells you the meaning, na? What is the company's name? It's an asset management company. Company करती क्या? Assets को manage करती है. किसके assets को manage कर रही है वैसे? Whose assets is it managing? It is managing the assets of this mutual fund. See, assets means what? The money which has been received here, na? Who gave this money? Who gave this money? People like you and me. So ये इतने ढेर सारे लोग जो थे, they have invested money with the mutual fund. Lot of money is parked here, but they don't know where to invest, when to invest. So they have appointed an asset management company who will take this decision on the mutual fund. Is it okay till here? Yes. Now, what do you think will be the income of asset management company? Commission and fees. Professional fees, because they are managing the fund, na? So they'll charge professional fees. They'll also charge some funds as commission also. So major income क्या बोलो? Fees and commission for AMC. Okay. AMC का धंधा कब बढ़ेगा? When will AMC profit? If you can change the place. Where that is also a little bit risky area. Just check the AC. Okay, better. Right. Chalo, quickly tell me. When will AMC benefit? When will AMC's performance go on increasing? MF की हिसाब से. Like more and more funds mutual fund has, more and more funds AMC is going to manage, and if more and more funds AMC is going to manage, it's going to get more and more commission and fees. So logical. Okay. Now you only think logically. Number of people investing in mutual funds over the past years is increasing or decreasing? Everyone, it is increasing. Now these days they also do advertisements for mutual funds. Mutual funds sahi hai. You might have seen these advertisements on television. Okay. So number of people investing in mutual fund is going to go on increasing ideally. मतलब past में भी increase हो रहा था, आज भी इसके बाद increase होना ही होना है. Salary of people is increasing, investable surplus is increasing. मैंने बोला ऐसे आप आपके जॉब में आसपास अपने फ्रेंड्स को पूछो. आई एम श्योर आउट ऑफ 10 एटलीस्ट 4 or 5 people will be investing in mutual funds. But hardly out of 10 one might be investing in shares directly in share market. Okay, in this scenario, I hope you have understood my thought process that over the period of next 5 years, next 6 years, ideally number of people entering into mutual funds is going to be more. If that increases, the funds with mutual fund increase. If the fund with mutual fund increases, AMC ka income will increase. Now people have a choice that which mutual fund is to be bought. Market में बहुत mutual fund है ना, but what people do, trusted names is what they look for. Can I say HDFC is a very big trusted name? It is. So HDFC mutual fund है ना, okay, we are safe. Is what a conception about people is. Okay, and अगर HDFC mutual fund के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, तो HDFC का म्यूचुअल फंड जो है उसका एक ही एसेट मैनेजमेंट कंपनी है मेजरली, एंड इट इज HDFC AMC. So these people are very smart, na? Are they totally different entities? The mutual fund and asset management company, totally different companies. On paper, yes. On paper, yes. One is a trust, one is an AMC. But finally, whose company is this? HDFC only, na? So now, can you tell me? ये HDFC is holding in AMC also, and HDFC का कुछ ट्रस्ट के साथ भी लेना देना है. So can I say HDFC is the parent company? Had we discussed this yesterday? Yes, HDFC is like the parent company. मराठी में आपण म्हणतो की ताटात ना वाटीत, वाटीत ना ताटात. So it's as good as either one. So इस जेब में पैसा आ रहा है या फिर इस जेब में पैसा आ रहा है, अपनी ही कंपनी पैसा बना रही है. Right? Have you understood this? So finally, please take this, make this understanding that in fundamental analysis, two things are going to work. One is proper core analysis, agreed. But for this logic, I need not know even what is balance sheet, what is P&L. But I definitely need to know what is a mutual fund, what is an AMC, what does an AMC do. This is basic knowledge that you require. Okay. Now let us check the financials of, or at least the shareholding pattern of HDFC AMC. Again, shareholding. Five. I was wondering why face value is so odd. Okay. The only problem in this website, I'll tell you, is it has so many ads. Again, as expected, this is 0. These are the number of shareholding, promoter holding. Okay, now if you see here, ideally you should be able to understand this now. See, Indian holding, Indian promoter holding, the major point that I was talking about, pledged shares, how much is this? 0. Good. So we are on a plus point here. If I'm talking about promoter, which promoter is holding 52%? Ideally, which one? Main HDFC only, na? Because HDFC AMC hai. So ideally, it should be of HDFC only. Okay. But anyways, that was not our criteria for today's discussion. Pledge shares का पता चल गया. Any one more company and then we can move on. Divan Housing, danger companies you want all. Hmm? All right. So if you are talking about Divan Housing, shareholding pattern, no, nothing is wrong with the sharehold. I mean, no pledge shares. It's completely zero, through and through. So as I said, problems में अपने आप में variety है. It's not only a problem with shareholding pattern. That is what I'm telling you repeatedly. Don't take only single parameter. Now with Divan Housing, what you could have said, अरे वाह 0% pledged. But with Yes Bank, that is also a problem-driven company that has pledged shares. Okay, so I hope you are understanding this. One important parameter, but not the only parameter, right? Shall we go on now? Yes, I guess 3 examples करके आपको काफी अच्छे समझ में आ गया. That is what you have to check as far as the shareholding pattern is concerned. A promoter can be a company also. Yes, absolutely. It is possible. Yeah. Encumbered. No, encumbered is again, no, encumbered is same as pledged. Same as pledged. Encumbered means against which there is some charge which has been created. गहाण ठेवणे, against which there, same, it's same. Charge, lien. So if you go dig down details, charge and encumbered is the same, but if I'm using the word lien or hypothecation or mortgage, all there are small differences here. But basic lien or encumbered, it has a replaceable meaning, same meaning. Promoter? Huh? How can we know about it? Huh? Is that your question? Okay, okay. So you're talking about selling or marking as a lien? Are you talking about promoter selling shares? Completely selling. You're not talking about marking on both fronts. Okay. So I'll tell you, if any promoter sells his or her own shares, definitely that comes as a news. And generally what happens is that inside the shareholding pattern only, you'll find something known as bulk deals. कि promoter जब share sell करता है तो he'll not say I will sell 10 shares. It will be in lakhs. So that is known as a bulk deal. A huge number of shares change hands. Bulk deal, some people also call it as a block deal. Okay, in simple words, thousands and lakhs of shares change hands within a second or within a minute. Okay, it's a mandatory disclosure that it has to be announced on the exchange that such a big bulk deal, such a big block deal has taken place. So you can easily get these news on Money Control also, BSE, NSE. Now the question is, whenever there is a bulk deal, who is the buyer, who is the seller? If promoter is the seller in the bulk deal, is it a good sign or a bad sign? Bad sign. But again, I'll tell you what people think. I say half knowledge is dangerous. What people have heard, oh, if there is a bulk deal or there is a block deal, something is going terribly wrong. But who is on the buyer side, who is on the seller side is very important. If promoter is on the buyer side, is that a problem? No. Why? His confidence, he is wanting to increase the shareholding in his own company. So in fact, it's a good sign that in a bulk deal or in a block deal, the promoter is on the buyer's side. Is this also clear? Yes. So if you want to write down one more concept, bulk deal. It's a deal where multiple number of shares into bracket in lakhs, multiple number of shares into bracket in lakhs are bought and sold within a second or seconds. Within a second or seconds. What was important to note here? Tell me, in a bulk deal, who is the buyer and who is the seller is important. We were talking about Divan Housing, na? And in Diwan Housing Corporation, I was talking about what? Shareholding. In shareholding, we were talking about bulk deals. अब ये चालू हो जाएगा तब तक I'll quickly dictate the see now. It's here. 16th July में ही इतने bulk deals हुए. So many bulk deals on 16th July. And you can see here Adroit Financial Services buy side. See how many shares. This is wow. 23 lakh shares of Diwan Housing which are being sold. And ऐसे बड़े बड़े deals कब हो रहा है क्या हो रहा है you will have to check. And as I mentioned that if such a bulk deal is of the promoter, then it's going to be a little bit of problematic situation. I remember this had happened once. I had bought shares of Kotak Mahindra Bank, and in Kotak Mahindra Bank, not the promoter but one of the top level people or some relative of the promoter or something like that, very close to the company, they had done a bulk deal on a selling side. Good side or bad side? Bad side. Lekin again, what is the problem? Fundamentally, bank was amazing. I had done a fundamental analysis. I bought the share, and as I said, किसी को पता चलता है क्या अब ये गिरने वाला है. And that is what happened. I bought it, and immediately within 2 to 3 days, it corrected by 4%. Corrected by 4%, went down by 4%. What happened? 4% achanak. And then I came to know about this bulk deal or a block deal. But please understand, some investors come in panic and they say, "Arey baap re, 4% if this stock is going down, something terribly is wrong," and they will sell off the shares and book losses. Now this is where your study comes into picture. I was strong that my study was correct. Because there was a bulk deal, because someone thought that this is not worth holding into, does not mean that the fundamentals changed drastically. So I said, maybe I'll have to wait a little bit more. But within 3 months, the share just did not cross my buying price, but I sold it almost at a 12% return. 12% return in 3 months, huh? Not annualized return of 12%. Okay, so that is the power of fundamental analysis that helps you stay with your decision even if something goes wrong news wise. Okay, so the last point that I wanted to tell you, that if the promoter, bulk deal only, na? If the promoter is on the selling side, should we buy into such company or should we stay away from such a company temporarily at least? We should stay away from such a company. And as I said, not lifelong, at least for a temporary phase. Stay away from such a company and vice versa. So obviously if promoter is on the buyer side, we may think about buying it. Okay till here? Yes. Now let us move on to the next concept. So we'll come back to the annual report now. I hope shareholding pattern is very well understood. No doubt in this one now? Yes. So now if we come back to the contents of our annual report, now I'm sure at least you know about some points. You know what is a balance sheet, you know what is a profit and loss, you know the concept of standalone, you know the concept of consolidated also. Today I will show you something which is known as auditor's report. Okay. Yesterday we did discuss about auditors कि अगर auditor ने पैसा खाया तो क्या. We said that there could be a rare scenario where auditor is also involved, but auditor being involved in the fraud, generally it's going to be a very 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 rare scenario. हजारों में एक कंपनी हो सकती है मे बी, या फिर लाखों करोड़ों में एक आध कंपनी हो सकती है. He is completely involved through and through in the fraud. Okay, so auditor's report is a very basic thing that you have to check before you buy into shares of that company. So I'll tell you what we have to look at in the annual in the auditor's report exactly. So the page number is 300. Right. So this is the auditor's report. And if you see the heading of this auditor's report itself, it says it's an independent auditor's report. You know what is the meaning of independent? Unbiased. It is the responsibility of the auditor to write the heading that we are unbiased. हमको किसी ने खरीद नहीं लिया है. We are acting as a third party. I guess that is what we were discussing yesterday. Auditor being a third party. Okay. So now let us understand what is this auditor's report or why audit is required as such. No one will teach this point in fundamental analysis because many people feel कि auditor's report से क्या लेना देना है. But I feel this is something which is very basic. You have to check this. And those who are chartered accountants, they only know that what are the latest updates in auditor's report. I teach this for CA intermediate students, CA final students also. So this is the latest auditor's report that I've got, and this one has, the format has underwent tremendous changes, due to which for investors it's a very positive sign. Okay, so we'll first understand what is this auditor's report. Before we move on to auditor's report, anyone knows exactly what is audit or why an auditor is required in the first place? Auditor hota hai, ye to sabko pata hai. Someone known as auditor. You might have seen audit team coming in your company and doing some kind of checking also maybe. And there are many people who get scared of auditor. They'll get scared sometimes कि अभी ये क्या निकालने वाला point भगवान जाने. So why audit is required? Any idea? बैलेंस शीट चेक करने के लिए, P&L चेक करने के लिए, तो वो तो इन्वेस्टर भी चेक कर लेगा. देख के मेरे को दिख गया बैलेंस शीट. ऑथेंटिसिटी लाने के लिए. ओके, एनीथिंग एल्स? कंपनीज डील्स कैसे कर रही है, हाँ, बिजनेस कैसे कर रही है. सो डज द ऑडिटर कमेंट ऑन द बिजनेस डिसीजंस, वेदर योर बिजनेस डिसीजंस आर वाइज और नॉट? नो, ऑडिटर वुड नेवर कमेंट ऑन you are not doing this business properly, this could have been your strategy rather than this. Auditor is no one to comment on that. They will cross check. So the original point that everyone was talking about, to check, to cross check. But now instead of the auditor cross checking, see, I am the owner of Larsen and Toubro. See, I am the shareholder of Larsen and Toubro. Can't I directly go to Larsen and Toubro and check if I want to check something? So now we have to understand a little bit of law also, no? That there is a section in Companies Act which says that the books of accounts, the basic books, sales kitna hua, profit kitna hua, sales kitna hua, purchase kitna hua, all these figures which are the financial records, they are not accessible to shareholders. If I go to Larsen and Toubro office tomorrow and if I say, chalo cash book batao, I want to check, I think, aap kaun? I'm a chartered accountant, I want to check. But so what? There are so many chartered accountants in India. Does it mean everyone will come in our office and check? No. So please understand this very basic point, that shareholders are not given an access to the books of accounts of the company. We can't go directly in the office and say, I want to see this document and I want to see these records. Then please understand the problem of shareholders. See, if I were to buy shares of some company, I have to check the financials. And then only I will be in a comfortable position. Utna bharosa tab bhi aayega na. But you can imagine so many lakhs and crores of shareholders. Even every day 1% of the shareholders go to L&T office. They'll go mad. Okay, out of that, could there be certain competitors also? Very nice, they're getting ready-made information. They can strategize accordingly. So this will be a foolish idea. It will be complete mess. So what provision Companies Act has done is that Companies Act says shareholders, you are not allowed to check the books of accounts. But we can do one thing for you. You appoint a representative. Okay, you all together cumulatively appoint a representative and we will allow this representative to come into our company and check our books of accounts. With me? Yes. So एक बार फिर से shareholders क्या करेंगे? They'll appoint a representative. This guy will come into my company. He will check the books of accounts. He will make a report and this report will be submitted to you all. And who is this representative? Chartered accountant है, इसी को हम बोलेंगे auditor. Okay. So can I say our responsibility of checking or our wish of checking the books is being fulfilled by whom? By the auditor. Now the question is, who is this auditor? Is it the employee of the company only? Now you will tell me, if this auditor is the employee of this same company, L&T का employee है chartered accountant वो auditor, do you think that he is going to be, वो word कौन सा था आपको याद दिला रही हूँ? Yes, very good. Is he going to be independent? Impossible. क्यों? कल अगर उसने बोला, so just as an example, if auditor finds out certain fraud, and if he goes to the promoter and he says, I found this fraud, promoter says, salary बंद, कल से कर. Can I say direct bias आ सकता है इस केस में? Yes. So that is why again law has made a provision that auditor cannot be employee of the company. Auditor cannot be the promoter of the company. How promoter of the company? I'll talk about our own academy. Expert Professional Academy Private Limited. Board of directors are also chartered accountants. Every single person in the company is a chartered accountant. Okay. Now what we can say, very good, we will do the audit of our own company. And we'll say, wow, amazing, everything is proper. And we give an auditor's report. Do you think this will be independent? No. So the loads and loads of provisions are made to ensure that auditor is completely unbiased, completely independent. Ekdam okay till here? Yes. So what is important to be checked in the auditor's report is this very first part which talks about the opinion on the financial statements. Okay. You have to search for this, wherein the auditor generally in the second paragraph says, in our opinion. Okay. What is he saying? That the financial statements give a true and fair view. This is the word that you have to search for. Whether it gives a true and fair view or it does not give a true and fair view. Or it gives a true and fair view except something or what. So whenever auditor uses this phrase, true and fair view, in simple words, financials are reliable. Again, what is the word that I'm using? They are reliable. He is not saying whether the financial condition is good or bad. वो आप decide करो. Analysis आप करो. Okay. But like I guess he asked the doubt yesterday. I am looking at the balance sheet. I am making my analysis. Lekin these figures themselves are not reliable. These figures are cooked up. Balance sheet is inflated. How can I say his entire analysis can go waste? Entire analysis will go waste if the data itself is fake. Okay. So how do I check the authenticity of data? By checking this phrase, whether financial statements are giving a true and fair view. Okay. Now, many people might say that this is a rubbish parameter. Why? Because 99% of the companies or 99.5% of the companies, they will say, auditor's report, they give a true and fair view. Okay. This was definitely the story some years ago, even up to 2 or 3 years ago, where auditors generally used to consider thoda chalta hai, thoda dekh lenge category, thoda sa understanding pattern. You understand the understanding pattern, na? ठीक है, समझते हैं, चलता है. And they would have given true and fair view. But now, as I mentioned yesterday, everyone is looking at auditor from a lens. Auditor might have been involved. Auditor might have done something. So now even auditor is getting scared a little bit these days. So what an amazing addition which has come into picture in the auditor's report is something known as a key audit matter. Very few people will be knowing about this. Why I will tell you, this key audit matter being mandatorily introduced in the auditor's report has started from 31st March 2019. मतलब अभी जो auditor's report हुआ 31st March 2019, this is the first auditor's report wherein key audit matters are mentioned. Okay. So that is why those fundamental analysts who are not chartered accountants, they might not even know what is this key audit matter. And this is a part of CA syllabus. That is why I know this confidently. I can tell you what is this key audit matter. पहले क्या होता था, आज क्या हो रहा है? I'll compare it for you. Okay. Earlier it used to happen that in the auditor's report only this point, opinion, finish, end of the story. This was the only point which the shareholders had to look at. And that is why there was no value addition. Now what sometimes happens is that the auditor comes across some matter which he tells the promoters. Promoters, I feel that this is a little bit risky. I didn't find any fraud in this, but I feel there is a risk involved. Okay, I'll give you a simple example. Where your internal controls are weak. You understand what are internal controls? Your basic cross checks. Let's say for an IT company, lot of client data. I'm very bad at IT here, so even if I'm saying something, if I'm saying something terribly wrong, then correct me. Okay. Let us say I am an IT company and loads of my clients' data is being handled by me. Okay. I store this data on the cloud and there is no password protection, no protection, nothing at all for the cloud. Aao jao ghar tumhara types. Anyone can come, access the cloud, download data, finish, end of the story. Can I say this is a very big risk involved in the company? ideally every company which is storing some data on the cloud, they'll ensure that data, that is properly safeguarded. Now tell me, do you think that this is going to change directly the profit and loss for the company? Not immediately. See, reputation will be lost. Reputation ka baad mein loss, I mean, it will impact the financials. That is at a later stage. Today is anything happening? No, not today. But don't you think auditor might have communicated this to the promoters? Promoters, there's this loophole. There's a problem in your internal controls, problem in the security of your cloud. This might hamper your business. Could the auditor have told this to the promoter? Yes. But earlier, auditor never used to communicate this to the shareholders. Why? Because nothing is going wrong in the financial statements. Okay, now what auditor is required to tell? Auditor is required to tell any key audit matter. Now the word itself says. Key means what? Important. Any important audit matter which he has communicated to the promoters, he has to communicate to the shareholders. Okay. So I feel this is a fantastic value addition in the auditor's report starting from 2019. Abhi ekdam taza hai. Okay. So what I feel you should be checking is that at least you should read what are these key audit matters. See, यहाँ पे हर एक चीज describe की रहती है. What is a key audit matter? For that you need some financial background to understand what is this. But basic knowledge से समझ में भी आ सकता है. Key audit matters में there are significant accounting judgments. Okay, significant accounting judgments when we are talking about timing of revenue recognition. इतना बहुत डेंजर बातें नहीं बताऊंगी आपको, बट बेसिक थिंग्स, देयर आर मेनी जजमेंट्स इन्वॉल्व. जजमेंट्स रिलेटेड टू व्हाट? टाइमिंग ऑफ रेवेन्यू रिकॉग्निशन. यू अंडरस्टैंड? रेवेन्यू रिकॉग्निशन व्हेन रेवेन्यू इज टू बी बुक्ड, इसमें जजमेंट इन्वॉल्व है इनके यहाँ पे. नाउ फॉर लार्सन एंड टूब्रो, दे आर कंस्ट्रक्टिंग एयरपोर्ट्स. एक साल में हो गया? आधे महीने में? नहीं. विल इट टेक years together? Maybe 2 years, 3 years, quite possible. They are building a huge highway, very long highway. Will it take again 2-3 years? Yes. So don't you think that some part of revenue has to be booked every year? या फिर 3 साल तक zero revenue and at the end of the year full revenue book? Will that be showing a very bad picture? Yes. So there are some standards which tell that how much proportional revenue is to be booked when. Booked means what? You have to record. Okay, so let's take this example. Assume that it's a 300 crore worth rupees contract. Okay, can you book entire 300 crores on day one? Can you record sales 300 crores day one? No. Should you record entire 300 crores after the completion? No. Shouldn't you be recording it on a timeline basis? Yes. But can I say there could be some judgments involved here? Na? You can't directly say 3 years, 300 crores, 1 by 3, 1 by 3, 1 by 3. No. Very important is how much work is completed. In the first year, out of 100 kilometers, let us say, only 2 kilometers work was complete. How can you book 1/3? Are you understanding the point? Yes. So are there lots of judgments involved? Yes. Now what are we telling the shareholders? Shareholders, you be aware that there are many judgments involved. Does it mean that financial statements are fraudulent? Does it mean company is fraudulent? No. But just be aware about this. That, see, what is the problem? अगर judgment है तो problem क्या हो सकता है बोलो? Think logically. This does not require any accounting base. Judgment involved है तो क्या? Worst case scenario will think about. हाँ, जितना revenue जब book होना चाहिए उतना book नहीं हो रहा है. So we'll continue with the same example. Out of 300 crores, let us say they booked 100 crores in the first year. They showed 100 crore revenue in the first year, wherein only 5 kilometers was completed or only 6 kilometers was completed. Just as an example. Okay. Is it a terrible scenario? No. Why? Understand. Over a period of 3 years, finally 300 crores here, na? Finally, they are booking 300 crores only, na? See, if it's a huge variation, it could be a terrible scenario. So, just as an example, 100 crore book करना चाहिए था, but आपने 2 crores ही book किया है. That's a huge variation. That could be a terrible scenario. But 100 crore book होना चाहिए था, 80 crores book किया है. Could be fair enough. I mean, that is a judgment involved, na? Finally, how much revenue is to be recognized. There are certain accounting standards on this. We are not going to discuss that. There's an accounting standard number 7 which tells how much revenue is to be recognized when. We are not digging down deep. But let us understand the worst case scenarios. Worst case scenarios क्या होगा? ये जो 300 crores का revenue है, वो थोड़ा आज ज़्यादा book होगा and कल थोड़ा कम book होगा. But finally revenue is same, ना? Is it going to impact the fundamentals as such very strongly? No. There could be a timing difference, but in all, we are booking the same amount of revenue. So we need to understand such points. And if this be the scenario, can I say it's not something which horrifies me? It's not something which terrifies me. Can I still go ahead? Yes, I can still go ahead. This is not a minus point for me. हम minus points plus points सीख रहे हैं ना? So a big minus point कब हो सकता है बोलो? Big minus sign कब हो सकता है? Where there is a huge variation. Okay, and if it's a minor variation, we could be okay with that. So coming back to our auditor's report, where is the first minus point that you get? Tell me. First minus point for an auditor's report, when there is no true and fair view. Okay, that's the first minus sign. And one more thing that you can check out is the key audit matter. Try to read what is the key audit matter. If you feel this is very terrible, in this key audit matter, assume that the key audit matter could have been, there are no internal controls in the company and there are great chances that some assets might be stolen. अगर कुछ ऐसा की audit matter है, should you still invest in the company or stay away now? Stay away. A lot of internal controls are missing. In simple words, fraud अभी तक पकड़ा नहीं गया है, but शायद 1-2 साल के बाद ये fraud सामने आ सकता है. So in that case, you stay away from the company. Is this clear? Auditor's report का एक thumb rule समझ में आ गया आपको? Yes. So if you want to write down the key point for auditor's report, you have to check 2 things in the auditor's report. Number 1, which paragraph is to be checked? Tell me. Opinion paragraph. First is opinion paragraph. And what is the important phrase that we are looking at? True and fair view. True and fair view. And what is the meaning of true and fair view? What did I say it is? Reliable. True and fair view is dash reliable. So if it is showing true and fair view, is it a positive sign or a negative sign? It's a positive sign. I hope you have written that as well. If it is true and fair, it's a positive sign. One more parameter to be checked, and what is that? Key audit matter paragraph. Key audit matters paragraph. Acha, what does key audit matter tell us? Does it tell us that there is a fraud, or does it just tell us important things that have been communicated to promoters? Important things which have been communicated to promoters. So you can just write down. It discloses it discloses important findings of the auditor. It discloses important findings of the auditor. Communicated with whom? Communicated with the promoters. We have already communicated with promoters. Now we are disclosing to shareholders. Yes, very well. Promoter, he is saying that, can promoter say that auditor, don't disclose this? They can ask for anything. No? Now it is in the hand of the auditor whether to listen to the promoter or not. But ideally I am telling you, what is the title? Independent auditor's report. So ideally, even if the promoter pressurizes the auditor, don't disclose this. Auditor can very well say, we are independent, we are unbiased, and we will disclose whatever we want to. Okay. Now, please understand, there are lots and lots of provisions on the auditor also. Tomorrow, if it is proven that auditor was also involved, auditor did not give these required disclosures, I'll just tell you, monetary penalty is up to 5 lakh rupees for the auditor. That's not a very small amount. Up to 5 lakh rupees monetary penalty for the auditor. And number 2, which is very risky, his certificate of practice can be cancelled. Okay, certificate of practice being cancelled means end of the career. You can't practice as a chartered accountant then. Okay, such cases will be very extreme cases. I agree. But that is what had happened in Satyam case. No? If you know about this, 2 auditors of Satyam, they are still behind bars. They are in jail right now. Because they had also participated in the fraud. They had helped the management. कि आप थोड़ा ऐसे करेंगे तो और अच्छा रहेगा maybe. So, and again, this is not my understanding. This is proven by the court, and that is why I'm saying this. It's proven by the court. They have been punished for that. So now, as I said, if auditor is ready to take that risk, किसको कितना manage करना है, then he might do all these things. But again, I'll tell you, practically is becoming difficult and difficult by the day. Everyone is looking at the auditor from a lens. The auditor कुछ गलत काम तो नहीं ना कर रहा है. And that is why, if you happen to read newspapers, in past 1 or 2 years, you will see many headlines stating that auditor resigns. Auditor has resigned from the post. Okay, now I'll tell you why this happens. See, I am the auditor of this company, let us say, and top level management says, auditor, don't disclose this. Auditor, say that it is true and fair. Okay, believe it or not, construction companies अगर है जिसका मैं audit कर रही हूँ, तो proper धमकी भी आ सकती है. Because promoters are going to be in construction companies, you know what kind of promoters in many scenarios they'll be. So they can directly actually give some, you know, kind of dhamki, that dhamki jaisa bhi you never know हो सकता है. The auditor, you should not disclose this. So what is the best tool available in the hand of the auditor at that time? अगर मुझे जान प्यारी है, but I am also ethical, I can resign. I'll say I'll not sign this, but I will not listen to you also. I will not say कि fraud है, but मैं आपको भी आपकी भी बात नहीं सुनूंगी. I'll resign. So that is the best tool available in the auditor. Now, समझदार को इशारा काफी. Auditor resigns. Good sign or bad sign? Bad sign. Very, very big thing to be checked. And these days you can see multiple resignations of listed companies. Have you heard about Manpasand beverages? Suna? Just Google it out as a homework today. Manpasand beverages. Recent case, barely 1.5 year ago case. They manufacture a fruit drink, multiple fruit drinks. Fruity जैसा competitor है, fruity का competitor ऐसे बोल सकते हैं. And you can imagine something like this. The board meeting of the company, the annual board meeting, that was scheduled somewhere around, I guess, 26th of May or something like that. जिसमें all financials are considered and everything. And auditor resigns on 22nd May. पूरा साल खत्म हो गया. So if I'm talking about financial year 2018-19, 2018-19. So ideally 19 ka, now you can check here the report also. This is 18-19 ka report. And at the end of the report, I'm just scrolling down and see at the end of the report, you will see who has signed it. Mr. Sanjeev Pilgaonkar, membership number whatever. Where has the report been signed at? Mumbai, 10th May 2019. Okay. So पूरे साल का, ये कौन से फाइनेंशियल ईयर का है बोलो? 2018-19 का रिपोर्ट ही साइंड ऑन 10th of May 2019. Okay. So you can imagine something like this. Before he signs off, don't you think there'll be a proper meeting of board of directors? There'll be a proper meeting of board of directors and the auditor, and then all these things will be signed off. So assume that the meeting was to be conducted on 1st of May, and auditor resigns on 27th April. Meeting 2 दिन पे आई हुई है, auditor resigns. This is a pathetic sign. It means that something has gone wrong. So first sign that you should absolutely stay away from such a company. Okay, you can't tell that auditor resigns is equal to fraud. मैं बहुत बड़े प्रॉब्लम में फंसते फंसते बची हूँ. As a speaker also, what risks you get involved into. I was actually teaching this forensic audit case, this 1% beverages case in a forensic audit seminar. You know what is forensic audit? Like I'm talking about audit right now. An audit which is targeted only to find out frauds. An audit which is targeted only to find out frauds is known as a forensic audit. Okay, and I give sessions on forensic audit also. So I was giving this forensic audit session in front of almost 60 chartered accountants sitting in front of me at Gurgaon. Okay, and I was discussing this 1% beverages case. And thankfully, I just used this word that the auditor resigned. And it is very surprising that another auditor was appointed who signed the auditor's report mentioning true and fair view within a span of 20-25 days. Chronology समझ में आया क्या? एक बार फिर से, who was the original auditor? What did he do? He resigned. See, auditor resigned means that the position is vacant now. So someone has to come in his place. So a new auditor comes in place. And this new auditor, within 20-25 days, signs off the auditor's report and says true and fair view. अजीब लगता है. पहला auditor अगर resign कर रहा है, and by the way, very important, auditor has to state the reason why he is resigning. It's important. He has to also state what reason why he is resigning. Okay. So see, not all will say that ये तो बेकार लोग हैं एकदम, इसीलिए मैं resign करूँ. They'll not say that. But what this auditor had told that management is not cooperating with me. They are not providing evidences that I want. I want to check something, they are not providing me the evidences. It's a very subtle way of saying that something is going wrong. New auditor comes in, new auditor says, I found all evidences, I found that nothing is wrong, so true and fair, sign off. And I thankfully said in the seminar, let me repeat that, मुझे बड़ा अजीब लगा. So one chartered accountant said that, अजीब क्या लगना उसमें? How can you say that this is very abnormal? Everything was normal. Auditor got all the documents, auditor checked it, and auditor signed it. What is the problem? I said, I find it a little bit different, as I said. I said, sir, how can you say confidently that auditor got all the documents, auditor checked everything and then signed? How can you confidently say this? He said, because I have signed that balance sheet. So that new auditor of 1% beverages was sitting in front of me. So I was so horrified at that. So as a speaker, you do land up in awkward positions many times, but this was the most awkward position in which I have landed, and I thank God so many times that I just use the word. I find it to be a little bit unusual. Thankfully ऐसा मैंने नहीं बोला, वो ऑडिटर ने तो पैसे खाए रहेंगे. You would have killed me then and there. Okay, so now again understand. No, see, there are so many cases pending with our government right now. New auditor comes in, signs it within 20-25 days. Don't you think the government is also going to take this under the scanner? Time लगेगा, immediately नहीं होगा, but they will definitely try to search what happened that the original auditor was not able to get evidence and this auditor found everything. So in fact, can I say the new auditor is at a higher risk? Exactly. This will become viral much higher. Correct? So new auditor, wherever he is signing, he is taking a big risk in this case. So whatever risk he is taking, whether any investigation will be put up on the new auditor or not, we are not really concerned with that. What are we concerned with? ऐसे company से दूर रहो भाई. Where auditor is resigning, it's not a good thing at all. So that is a definitely negative point for us. Okay? Scenario is clear? Very recently, I don't think the annual report is still available online, but I read it in newspaper, Business Standard. This true and fair view wala case. There is this company known as McLeod Russell. We'll just check if it is. So I'll tell you, reason, the detailed reason can be given, is basically given to Ministry of Corporate Affairs.
That
by law there is a separate form whenever auditor resigns. ADT2 करके form रहता है. He has to fill up that form. He has to submit it to the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, like to the central government, as good as to the central government. इसमें पूरा detailed reasoning लिखा होता है. There he can write that I find that there is some suspicion, there might be a possible fraud, or he can write it there. But to the media he will not give this comment, because in the media if he gives this comment, and finally is there a threat again for him?
But then under the Right to Information Act, media can still extract the document from government, right?
I don't think so. I'm not really. I'm not sure about. I'll just repeat his question. He's asking that under Right to Information Act, can this document which the auditor has submitted, wherein he has given the reason why he is resigning, can that be checked or not? So I'm not sure about the provision of RTI, whether this document would fall up under RTI or not. But I feel this is a very confidential document, and logically it will not be seen by anyone else. Otherwise ये तो public document हो जाता था ना. So logically ये नहीं आना चाहिए बाहर. हाँ. Exactly. So I really doubt if this can be checked or not.
Ma'am, if this document is submitted to government, then who checks in government? The lawyers of government?
No, so there is a separate wing. Like I said, Ministry of Corporate Affairs. This is a separate department with the central government. There are so many people who are actually employed in that department. अब ये लोग कौन रहते हैं? They are generally UPSC qualified people. UPSC and who have taken IAS, Indian Administrative Services, or IFS, Indian Foreign Service, Financial Services करके भी एक होता है. IFS is Foreign Services also, but sorry, IRS बोलना था मुझे, not IFS. Indian Revenue Services. Indian Revenue Services and Indian Administrative Services. ये लोग generally उस Ministry of Corporate Affairs में रहते हैं, and they will be the ones who will be checking all these things. Okay, so this company I was talking about, McLeod Russell India Limited. अब यहाँ पे न्यूज में आता है कि नहीं, विल जस्ट चेक, बट आई जस्ट हैपन टू रीड this about McLeod Russell barely 2 weeks ago in Business Standard, wherein auditor देखो false, downgraded, rating was, see now what has happened, rating तो गड़बड़ हो ही गया. Offloads McLeod Russell promoters shares in open market. Offload is sell, offloading, selling. किसके sell हो गए shares? Promoter के sell. See, we have talked about this. Negative sign. And why I gave you the example of McLeod Russell, I'm not sure if they have put it here or not as of now. But इनका जो auditors report है, not yet, I guess. So इनका जो auditors report है, that mentions that financial statements of this company are not showing true and fair value. This is a very rare site to check it. Generally auditors क्या करते हैं? They play a little bit safe. They might say that financial statements are showing true and fair value except 1 or 2 points. Except something. That is also bad. But I have never seen a listed companies comparatively known. By the way, if you know this, McLeod Russell makes tea. Beverages company again. टी बनाती है. तो ये कंपनी का ऑडिट रिपोर्ट, इफ आई फाइंड, बिकॉज ऑलमोस्ट अ वीक अगो आई वाज ट्राइंग टू चेक, मिला तो नहीं मुझे, बट इट इज शोइंग एन एडवर्स ओपिनियन. एडवर्स, द नेम इटसेल्फ सजेस्ट, नॉर्मल इंग्लिश मीनिंग एडवर्स ओपिनियन मींस व्हाट, समथिंग हैज टेरिबली गॉन रॉन्ग, एंड ये ट्रू एंड फेयर व्यू नहीं है. सो व्हाई वुड यू इन्वेस्ट इन सच अ कंपनी? Is this okay? So one more very important point related to auditors. What important point did we talk about? If the auditor resigns, one more important parameter for the auditor. Auditor resigns from the company. Should you stay invested with such a company, or should you stay away from such a company? Stay away. That's a negative point. Auditor resigns is a negative point. Okay. Hmm.
But if they are independent auditors, they can directly say these things.
Ideally, if he's an independent auditor, he should be saying all these things. But finally, auditor ka bhi. So a truly independent auditor would say anything and everything he wants to. So I should not be talking these things about my profession, but not everyone will say all the things about company में ये चल रहा है वो चल रहा है. And finally he has to find all proofs for that also, na. I'll tell you a very simple thing. If management has done some fraud, don't you think management will try to conceal it to the best possible level? तो auditor को सिर्फ शक है. He can't say that I find suspicion that there is a fraud. If auditor declares this in public, the company in fact can sue the auditor for a defamation case. You are trying to defame us by saying that there is a suspicion. Prove and then talk about it. So auditor might not even get all proofs for everything. So then he prefers to keep a distance at that. Okay, so coming back to Larsen and Toubro now, I hope this very important tool that I wanted to talk about, auditor's report. And based on auditor's report, what all things we can understand. This is clear now? Yes. Now what we are doing is that this is the balance sheet of Larsen and Toubro. Best part about money control website again is that you will see 5 years data at one shot. अच्छा, how did we go here by the way? Normal, I typed Larsen and Toubro, तो ये अपना पेज आ गया normal. And left hand side में, like we were checking shareholding. We were checking shareholding. Now what did I check? Financials. I clicked on financials. And in financials, this basic first point appears as the balance sheet. Okay. Now we are going to just try and understand at a very basic level कि balance sheet के अंदर होता क्या है. By the way, this format of balance sheet and this format of balance sheet is going to be a little bit different. In the annual report, whatever the format is given, it's a very standardized format. Format name as per which this standardized format is made is known as the IND AS, Indian Accounting Standard. इसके हिसाब से format होता है. So not every company can decide that मुझे assets ऐसे लिखना है, मुझे liability ऐसे लिखना है. Don't you think there should be standardization? Standardization होना ही चाहिए. And who decides the standardization? It's the Indian Accounting Standards which decides standardization. Balance sheet ऐसी ही दिखनी चाहिए. Profit and loss should appear like this only. You don't have a choice. See, if we are given a choice, can I say everyone will try to show a better picture than what it is? Yes. So there's absolute standardization. But instead of understanding it in this way, because anyways you get only 2 years data here, no? I'll show you money control data because it is showing how much years data? 5 years data. And if you were to check the authenticity once, let us say your total capital and liabilities. How much figure is this? 1,25,725. I hope this is visible. Yes, 1,25,725. So money control data is also authentic. 0.69 तक भी सेम है. आप बोलेंगे 0.69 से क्या होता है? This is rupees in crores, ना? Okay, so it's having a big impact, right? If I cross check March 18 also, March 18 का balance sheet total कितना है देखो? Total is 1,15,610.02. 1,15,000. Ooh, why this happens, I'll tell you. There could be a restatement sometimes. Now I'll have to go into some standards. So what could happen, I'll tell you. As a simple example, I'll tell you. I come across a specific point which got omitted to be recorded in the previous year. Okay, let us say मैंने कोई asset purchase किया था and ये transaction omit हो गया मेरे से. It was a genuine error, human error, that this asset did not get recorded only. When did the auditor come to know about it? Or when did the management come to know about it? Not in the last year, but in the current year. Auditor came to know about it or management came to know about it in the current year. These Indian accounting standards, IND AS, say that you are very well allowed to revise the previous year figures and get it changed. जो कुछ भी genuine error है, genuine omission है, you are allowed to go back change. Okay, so there could be a possibility that this shows that small revision, but money control might not have updated it. थोड़ा errors 1% here and there हो सकता है. But finally I am telling you that 1% error versus 5 years analysis at one shot, I still give preference to this. Okay, and this is very well authentic otherwise. So I'll tell you what are the key headers today. Detailed analysis kal karna apne ko. Once we understand the balance sheet details very nicely, then we would move on to the next step, which is ratio analysis, which is the heart of fundamental analysis. Okay, so if I talk about balance sheet, the very basic fundamentals, we must know the meanings at least. The very first thing is shareholders funds is always the first heading, shareholders funds, wherein we get to check equity share capital, and this is the total share capital. So in simple words, what is shareholders funds? These are the owners funds. Owners fund means the promoters funds with which they have started the business. That's like the core fund. Okay, so what I feel we should do is all these balance sheet items, the headers at least, we'll write down a one-liner meaning for that as well. Okay, so now we are talking about the balance sheet balance sheet meanings, terms. So understanding the balance sheet terms. Okay, you can give the heading as understanding balance sheet terms. And what is the first balance sheet term? Shareholders funds. Shareholders funds. A quick one-liner meaning of shareholders funds. What was that? Promoters funds or core funds. Write down promoters funds or promoters money or the core funds with which business is started. With which business is started. Simple. Can businessmen raise additional funds? Can businessmen raise additional funds? Yes. अब इसके लिए आपको एक टर्म पता होना चाहिए. When businessman raises funds for the first time from general public, that is called as an IPO. What is IPO? Initial public offer. This entire discussion of what is IPO exactly, I have discussed this entirely in basics of stock market lecture. Okay, but for you to understand what is an IPO, it is the first time when the promoter raises money from general public like you and me. Okay, I'll give you a simple example. Our academy, Expert Professional Academy, private limited. Private limited. कल आपको अगर Expert Academy के shares लेने हैं, allowed or not allowed? Not allowed as such, because you are an outsider. Some person from Kerala, some person from Delhi, बहुत लोगों को invest करना है, so that will not be feasible also. So again we'll have to go into company law for that. We'll have to convert that private limited company into a public limited company first. And अगर और भी लोग चाहिए तो list करना पड़ेगा. That's a totality पे process है वो. So whenever the funds are raised for the first time, that is called as an IPO, initial public offer. But just check this. देखो इनका share capital यहाँ तक, see 185.91, then it goes to 186.30. Obviously in crores चल रहा है ना. Then again it remains stable at 186.59. नहीं थोड़ा सा बढ़ गया, 280.27 to 80.58, minor change हो रहा है. Let us also check the annual report के figures. See 280.55 and 280.27 visible? Yes, 280.55 and 280.27. अब इसका मतलब क्या मार्च 19 में आईपीओ आया क्या वापस? नहीं, आईपीओ जिंदगी में एक ही बार आता है. Why? It's an initial public offer ना. But can they do some additional rounds of issuing more shares? ज़्यादा shares वो issue कर सकते हैं. Please understand this term. अगर people like you and me, general public को, if they are issuing fresh shares, so in simple words, if they are issuing fresh shares on a large scale, then it is called as a follow-on public offer or a further public offer. Like in cricket we have, they play the first innings and the team batting second, they score very poorly. कुछ तो follow on के लिए रहता है ना, 200 runs or something like that, there is this run difference. So follow on मिल जाता है. मतलब क्या होता है, same team bats twice. Once entire batting order is out and second time again they are batting. So it's something like this, like a follow on. First time they have raised funds, again they are raising funds from the public. So if funds are raised from the general public, it is known as a follow on public offer. But is it necessary that every single time they are going to raise money from general public? Not required. Could they raise money from private institutions? Yes. Could they raise money from only few public financial institutions? Yes. ये भी अलग अलग तरीके हो सकते हैं. So please don't be under the impression that all these 5 years they have come up with an FPO. No. When they are raising money from very small group, technically if you want to know, this is known as a private placement of shares. If you want to repeat, what is known as private placement of shares? The word itself says it, na? Is it like? From that perspective, from the other person's perspective, it is an investment. Absolutely. So assume that you are a mutual fund house. Okay. I want money right now. Okay. But I don't want to raise money through general public. What do? I approach only you or a select group of 3-4 people, 4-5 institutions, something like that. And I say, aapse paisa chahiye. I'll issue you shares, but give money. This is known as a private placement. Private placement को definition से भी अगर जानना है तो not more than 200 people can invest at a time. Technical definition है private placement का. Okay, but if a public offer is done, it will be lakhs of people investing at a time. Okay, so have you understood why the share capital has increased? Private placement is not there in bulk deals. No. Why? I'll tell you. In private placement, actually shares, matlab, again there will be two possibilities. One is a fresh issue of shares or one it is an OFS, offer for sale. बाप रे बहुत technical हो जाएगा ये. You know what is an offer for sale or? Some questions to explain with answers will become a very big answer. How can I cut it short? Simply speaking, if I'm talking about private bulk deals, they generally don't get reflected on the exchange. मतलब bulk deal भी नहीं बोल सकती हूँ मैं उसको. Bulk deal के लिए भी criteria होता है. What is a bulk deal is also defined. If I'm giving him only some shares, like let us say only 1,000 shares of a private placement or only 1 lakh of private placement, it has to fit into the bulk deal definition criteria. Then it will come up on the exchange. Otherwise, it will not. Private placement is generally declared separately. Bulk deal में क्या होता है? I'll tell you. People buy or sell from the exchange itself. That is the difference. Okay, हाँ. Share capital, I'll tell. 1 minute. So I'll tell you the small difference. Private placement में क्या होता है? Private placement में the issue of shares does not take place through the exchange. Shares will not be transferred through Bombay Stock Exchange or National Stock Exchange. I'll directly place him shares in his Demat account, directly from our account to his account. इसको बोलते हैं off market transfer. What is the word? Off market transfer. The name itself suggests na, it is not through the stock market, it is off the market. तो ये हो गया private placement. And whenever one person is buying, one person is selling through the exchange in huge quantities, that will be generally like a bulk deal. And that will be reported. Okay. बिल्कुल आएगा. बिल्कुल आएगा. If any company is coming up with an FPO or even if it is coming with an IPO, you get all these news on BSE India, NSE India, websites पे reflect हो गए. Yes, absolutely. All these news come up. यहाँ पे there is a tab known as corporate actions. See, corporate action. And you will find whatever has taken place. Even, see, like dividend diya, bonus diya, split हुआ है. All these corporate actions you can find here. Okay. So it's again a public information. Wait. So his doubt was, ये share capital जो बढ़ते जा रहा है, is it a good sign? or is it a bad sign? Let us understand this. Whenever capital is increasing, do you think that promoters को आज कुछ काम नहीं यार, आज क्या करते हैं, चलो थोड़ा शेयर कैपिटल बढ़ा लेते हैं? Will this happen? Or they will raise money only when they are in need of funds for some purpose. They are in need of funds for some purpose. And if this some purpose is expansion, always a good deal. Okay? If a company is overcapitalized, on the other hand, overcapitalized means what? पागल है प्रमोटर, जरूरत से ज्यादा पैसा रेस कर रहे हैं. Then that is a problem. How can we understand that? We'll have to compare how much share capital is there with us and सामने सामने बैलेंस शीट पे क्या नजर आ रहा है. If you see lots and lots of cash and bank balance idle, you have raised funds, that will come here, and your cash and bank balance, cash and cash equivalent comes up here. Increasing cash and cash equivalents is a good sign. Your bank balance, cash balance is increasing is a good sign. But if it is in excess, it means that funds are idle, just lying in the account. Idle funds is also not that good, na? क्यों good नहीं है? Are these idle funds gaining some return? No. If they are not gaining some return, can I say profit and loss में profit थोड़ा कम हो जाएगा ना? Okay, so means and ways to find out undercapitalization, overcapitalization, there are mathematical problems in CA curriculum. Okay, but in as simple as this, that how much capital they have and how much idle funds, a lot of idle funds, that can be a comparable ratio. There's no thumb rule that I can tell you that इसके ऊपर गया तो overcapitalized है. Okay, but understand this also, no promoter will unnecessarily overcapitalize. Why I will tell you. If company is raising capital, don't you think the shareholders' expectations are increasing from the company? So he has given me 1 crore, he has given me 2 crores, आपने दिया मुझे 5 crore. What is your expectation? That 5 crore पे यार 5% तो मिलना चाहिए यार. As a return you should get at least 5%. Now who is under pressure? I am under pressure as a promoter that I have to generate that much return so that I can give something to you. Okay, so no promoter will just go on raising capital without any reason. They must see some opportunity for which they are raising the capital. So whether it is good or bad, only based on share capital, it's difficult to tell. It's not a very good parameter to check as such. To take a decision whether I should buy the share or not, sell the share or not. Stand alone, it's not a good parameter. Okay? Okay till here? Yes. The last concept that I was going to talk about is reserves and surplus. What do we mean by reserves and surplus? Again, the name itself is suggesting how much excess funds I have with me, how much surplus funds I have with me. Now this is a standalone parameter for sure. बाकी कुछ देखने की जरूरत नहीं. Reserves बढ़ते जा रहे हैं क्या? Are my reserves increasing? Is my surplus increasing? If yes, good sign or bad sign? 100% good sign. This is a standalone analysis. Now let us check for L&T. It was 36,000 crores 5 years ago. Then it was 40,000, 45,000, 48,000, 52,000. It's a consistent rise in reserves and surplus. Is it a good sign? For sure it is. Now mathematically what you can do is, by the way, those who are good at Excel, you can definitely print or copy this to Excel. Direct 5 साल का you can export it to Excel. So life becomes so easy for analysis now. And you just check how much percentage increase it is. Rather than checking absolute figures, it's always better if you check the percentage increase. If the percentage increase is good, this is a standalone parameter for sure. Okay. Yes. Oh. रिजर्व में क्या हो सकता है? So surplus में क्या हो सकता है बताती हूँ. Surplus में accrual system of accounting, you know about it? No. Okay. So in some, I'll try to give you a very simple example. Wait. What is accrual system of accounting? Let us understand. Whenever a company, क्या हो गया? हाँ? Okay, whenever a company sells certain goods, sale हो गया, there could be two types of sales. One is a cash sale, one is a credit sale. उधारी पे बेचना is a credit sale. Cash sale means what? Sell, give me money immediately. And when we are talking about a credit sale, I am selling you goods today, but you can pay me after, let us say 15 days, 20 days, 45 days, whatever. That's a credit sale. Okay till here? Assume that cash sale is 100, credit sale is 200. In my profit and loss account, how much is my sales? Sales is 300. Okay. Assume that the cost required, all costs put together, I am simplifying it, all costs put together is 50%. तो इसके अगेंस्ट मुझे कितना खर्चा हुआ? 50. इसके अगेंस्ट मुझे कितना खर्चा हो गया? 100. Okay, so I'll book your expenses. That is 150. And how much is my profit? 150. This is my surplus. Reserves and surplus का surplus is how much? 150. यहाँ तक okay? Yes. Now assume that when I purchased this, जैसे sales भी दो type का हो सकता है, वैसे purchases भी तो दो type का हो सकता है. See, I'm selling goods. To sell the goods, I need to purchase it first, na? At least I purchase the good as a trader, or I purchase the raw material. For simplicity, again let us take cash and credit. Okay. Assume ये जो मैंने purchase किया था, this 50 purchase was in cash, this 100 purchase was on credit again. Right? So that is how my expenses was 150. It is very simple to clear. This 150 will go where? In the reserves and surplus. कहाँ पे? यहाँ पे reserves and surplus. Where this 150 rupees will go because it's my profit. It's a surplus, no? Surplus of current year will get reflected where? Under reserves and surplus. What is the cash balance? Look at the screen. What is the cash balance? Minus 50 कैसे हुआ है? 100 is cash sale, na? This was sale, this was purchase. How much is cash position? Only 50. How much is my surplus? 150. ये कैसा है 150? Because sale यहाँ पे भी 100 है ना? But ये 100 क्या है? This 200 rupees is still receivable. And this 100 rupees is still payable. I'm sure you are not getting this. नहीं बहुत लोगों को नहीं समझ में आ रहा है. चेहरे पे कंप्लीट 12 बज चुके हैं. Okay, I'll repeat one more time. I'll write the same thing again. Try to understand this. Okay, this is the last example, last 5 minutes of the day. So एकदम full attention. Ready? Okay. So let us say I am doing a sale. Sale was of how much? अच्छा, sales were of two types, cash and credit. कितने का cash sale किया था मैंने? 100. कितने का credit sale किया था? 200. What is the meaning of cash sale? I sell, I get cash. End of the story. What is the meaning of credit sale? I get cash after some time. Okay. Instead of confusing you with purchases, assume that this is a sale of service, consultancy fees. अब और भी simple हो जाएगी life. Okay. Assume I am talking about myself. I give a stock tip to him of 100 rupees. इतना सस्ता नहीं होता है. Okay, but I give a stock tip to him of 100 rupees. And he says, I want 2 tips. So I bill him for 200 rupees. Is there any cost involved for me right now? Nothing. Okay, so let us check this. My profit and loss account. How much is sale of service? Total amount of sale of services? 300. How much is cost? 0. How much is my surplus? 300. This 300 is my reserves and surplus. How much is my cash balance? Only 100. Because he has paid me only 100 rupees. This money is still receivable. Are you getting me? Yes. So now understand. People feel that profit is always good. But profit without cash is very dangerous. Very dangerous. Why? I'll just change the example a little bit. ये वाला समझ में आया ना? How much is surplus last time? How much is surplus? 300. Surplus is 300. And how much is my cash position? 100. आने वाला ना, 200 आने वाला है. बट कल जाके मैंने उसको कॉल किया, सर 200 रुपीज, पिक अप द फोन, सर 200 रुपीज. ही सेइंग हेलो हेलो, हुज दैट? ओके, अगेन आई कॉल हिम 2-3 days आफ्टर, सर 200 रुपीज. बार बार फोन मत करो, ऐसे कुछ कोई ऐसे नाम का कोई इंसान इधर रहता ही नहीं है, कट. 200 rupees gone. Okay, so now what happened was, let us understand, assume this happened everything after 1 year. Now understand my scenario. Surplus was 300. I'll also tell you the worst case scenario in this case. Surplus was 300. अब कौन मेरे हाथ धो के पीछे पड़ा है? Government. Taxes bro. Taxes on 300. Generally corporate tax in India is 30%. Corporate tax in India is 30%. So कितना tax पे करना पड़ेगा? 90. So what is my effective surplus? Final surplus is 210. मिला तो था, जेब में था सिर्फ 100, उसमें से भी गया 90. अब बचा क्या? 10 रुपए. तो मैं खाऊंगी क्या, क्या करूंगी? Okay, now understand the worst case scenario. I'll change this a little bit. Instead of 100 and 200, 50 and 250. Everything else remains same. 300 is sale, cost is 0, surplus is 300. Government is saying, wow, 300 rupees surplus, pay tax 90. बोला पैसे नहीं मेरे पास. बोला ऐसे कैसे पैसे नहीं? 300 का सेल तो किया है तुमने, पैसा नहीं है. 50 rupees cash is available with me. Government says that is your problem. You want profit, you have to pay. Okay, now I get an idea. Oh, I'll do one thing. I have received only 50 na, so I will book sale only 50 rupees. Idea. Because I have received only 50 rupees, I'll book sale only 50 rupees. Cost is 0, surplus is 50. 50 का 30% is 15. And now I have the capacity to pay. But this is not allowed. Companies Act says that you are not allowed to book sale on cash basis. This is cash basis of accounting. Cash basis of accounting मतलब क्या? जितना पैसा मिला उतना ही record करो. This is cash basis of accounting. This is not allowed as per the Act. Act says how much have you sold, whether on cash or credit. We don't care about that. You have sold? Yes. End of the story. You have to book it. So now you'll understand. Good. So profit is amazing, but profit without liquidity I mean cash, is very dangerous. So that is why analyzing the cash flow is very important in fundamental analysis. As of now, till date, if I told you A is a profit making company, B is also profit making company, B's profit is 200% higher than A, which company will choose? A is profit making, B is also profit making, but B's profitability is 200% higher than A. Which one you will choose? B. But now you should not say that answer immediately. What you should say? What is the liquidity position? How much is their cash flow? If they don't have the requisite amount of cash, they are going to land up in problem today or tomorrow. Getting my point? Yes? It's the magic of number crunching. Okay? So I guess we'll just write down this last one sentence and we'll stop for the day. Reserves and surplus. What is the simple meaning of reserves and surplus? No, again, cash is the word or profit is the word? Profit is the word, because as I said, it's not necessary that it has to be a cash profit. It could be yet to be realized. Money is yet to be received. वो भी हो सकता है. So write down profits generated from the business. Profits generated from the business. Which are retained with the company. Which are retained with the company. Is reserves and surplus. Profit भी हुआ and retained with the company भी हुआ. That is your reserves and surplus. Okay, next heading सिर्फ लिख के रखो so that tomorrow I remember where I have to start. Okay, fantastic ratio with which we are going to start tomorrow, which no one checks. You will not find this ratio in any book, but I always check it. Okay, so just write this down. Ratio of share capital is to reserves and surplus. Understanding balance sheet only चल रहा है. Ratio of share capital is to colon लिखते हैं ना अपन, is to reserves and surplus. Okay, I'll explain this tomorrow when you're fresh again. Yes. Whose money is this? People like you and me. Mutual funds. So I'll repeat his question for everyone. He's saying that equity share capital is 280. But then whose money is this? Who has brought in 280 crore rupees? People like you and me have brought in 280 crore rupees. Or if you remember mutual funds, some 20% was of mutual funds. Some 19% was of insurance companies. Promoters plus shareholders. Oh, in the definition I've dictated only promoters. What? So it could be promoters slash, you can just change that definition which I dictated for share capital. It could be promoters slash other shareholders.
Under shareholders funds we should
Shareholders funds. What was the definition that I dictated or the meaning that I dictated?
write promoters money or core
Promoters, money or core funds. So it could be promoters or shareholders. Okay? Yes. Any other doubt? So if the capital is increasing, is it necessary that the promoter's percentage holding should decrease or not? So again for that I told you, when share capital add हो जाता है, like this scenario, share capital is continuously increasing, it means that some fresh shares are issued. What was the question finally? प्रमोटर का परसेंटेज तो कम हो ही जाएगा, अग्रीड. कैसे कम हो जाएगा? लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड. अज्यूम दैट दिस इज टोटल 100 शेयर्स एंड अज्यूम दैट लेट अस से 40% इज विथ अदर्स. सो लेट 40% नहीं लेते, we'll say only 40 shares are with others and 60 shares are with promoters. Okay, assume that 20 new shares are issued. Now it's a ratio ना कि promoter का कैसे होगा देखो, and all these 20 shares are now by others, invested by others, not the promoter. So original holding of the promoter was how much percentage? 60%. What is the new? ये others के पास चला गया अभी. ये जो नया 20 था ना, entire new 20 was taken up by others. What is the new shareholding of promoters now? 50%, because now it is 60 plus 60 split up हो गया. So the new holding will be 50%. So whenever fresh share capital is issued, and if it is not bought by the promoter only, so if it is not the money is not invested by the core promoter, their stake will be reduced, their percentage holding will be reduced if someone else is buying those shares. Agreed? Value more or less, yes, value more or less will remain same, but again how it is perceived by the market could be different. Market value change होने के लिए अलग हो भी सकता है. Any other doubt? No. You just want to write it down? Okay. Right. So those who are watching online, maybe you can also pause and write it down and then I'll stop for the day. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.